How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Bet with the Genius, Sean Miller Soccer Betting Genius. Finally hit a free play, eh? Not bad, not bad. It's about time. See some of these scores. I'll bring them in here. I'm at the Pizza Hut. I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Oh, man, I can't see anything on this computer. Faring Pharaohs, come on, man. Bodo Glimp 3-0. Sheriff, come on, man. Brutal. I'm going to talk about some of these games tonight, some of the Copa Libertadores. And, it's what it is. Finally hit a free pick, so that's cool. Make sure you are watching. Here's a promo code for you. That's the new promo code for you there. All right. Caesar Sportsbook promotion. New users wager up to $1,500 your first bet. If you win, congrats. If you don't, you get that amount back as a free bet to use on your next wager. You must use promo code VideoWinners15 to get that deal. Be sure to follow all the Max Wagers Network all day. Midday Money, Sean Higgs. In Eastern, Morning Wood, Allie Burns 1-2. Just Parlays with Chris King 2-3. Back to the window with Scott and Scott 3-4. 4 o'clock it's me. 5 o'clock game time decisions. Remember, I'm on every Friday night on ESPN. Remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Caesar Sportsbook. Wager up to $1,500. Video winners 15. All right. Let's get to the games today. What do we got? Oh, boy. Yankees blew it. Bill. Cruzeiro blew it. Gave up a goal down and up a man. It's brutal. We are going to start with Libertadores. Pull this off. Cruzeiro ended up in a tie. They dominated. Yeah, I know. They watched. It was brutal. They gave up a goal. They're up a man, too. I hate that. And just losing that game. England women right now. We're going to have some people on here talking about the women's tournament here. Get you everybody watching some expert opinions here. All right, so Palmeiras is up 3-0. Cologne is 1-1. River Plate is down 1-0 going home to play Sarsfield, and Flamengo 1-0. So these are the games tonight. 6:15 Eastern time start for the first two, Palmeiras and Cologne. Remember, Palmeiras is basically through. If you listen to AM Plus Money the other day, you'll know, this minus 286 is a little bit high, I think, because minus 1.5 is plus 105, which means, this team should win 2-0. Palmeiras, they won 3-0 on the road. So you basically want to see if you can, back them here. But I would try to look at the lineup first to make sure everybody's playing. Let's see something real quick. Clean this camera off there. Okay. Outside here, so I'm trying hard to see. Yeah, so Palmeiras -1.5 plus 105, decent value, but once again it was 3-0 last time. So and all 3 goals came in the second half. So, you take a chance when you take a chance -1.5 there. That's probably the play. Otherwise, I would just leave it alone. This Flamengo line is going crazy. Flamengo leads 1-0 against Tolima coming home. I mean, this Flamengo line is, you got to lay -1.25 now. They should win. They won 1-0 on the road. -1.25, not the worst line to lay. Basically even money. Just looking at these games, really disappointed in these teams. Bratislava, Maribor, Sheriff, Ferencváros. These are teams. Now you got to look next week. Ferencváros should win pretty easily at home. Sheriff should win pretty easily at home. But I didn't watch the games. I'm gonna try to watch some of them tonight. River Plate minus Cologne Santa Fe. Let me see what that line is again. I forget. It's 1-1. Plus 128. I'm not touching that game. River Plate coming home. We talked about that the other day. I don't love that game. If you have any questions about that, please make sure you're looking, asking here today. Sierra. This is Copa Sudamericana here. Let's take a look. Look at that. International 4-1 yesterday to go through. Nacional won 2-1 at Union with the red card. Sierra comes home 2-1. Santos 1-1 against Tachira. Melgar Cali is 0-0. And Lannis and Independiente del Valle is 2-1. So when you look at these lines here, Sierra -360. Whew. And you're laying a lot here. -1.5. -113. Sierra needed 2 goals in the second half. Zé Roberto with a 90+3 winner. It's actually, I think I like that play a little bit. -1.5. Santos.
Right? Are they 2 different things? Yeah. Is that okay?
I'm expecting Santos to score a lot of goals here. Over 1.5 is -186.
So do you pay for? Is it like a package?
It's pretty high.
But that's cool. Yeah, I'm wanting to.
I would say between these.
I've always wanted to do some pottery stuff.
Can't believe Melgar is.
I just don't have the funds at the moment.
Um,
I just have the budget.
that's interesting.
But yeah.
This Melgar Deportivo Cali game, you see Melgar is minus 155. I don't know. You know what?
Yeah, it's fun. Which
Deportivo Cali and draw is plus 118. It offers a little bit of value there. 2 results, for plus money. See what they have to say. Melgar may have struggled to create many chances offensively during the previous encounter. So they struggled to score, and they pick them to win 2-0. See, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you want to head back? I can look through that stuff.
They had 2 shots on target and then had a goalless draw the weekend against Allianz Atletico in a game that followed and finished with 10 men. You know what? I'm going Cali here. I'm going to go Cali and draw here. Cali and draw at plus 118, I think. I think you got to go with it. This team is struggling to score, and they're minus 155 at home. I don't know about that. It seems a little sus, as LJ would say. I think I like Deportivo Cali and draw here. See if Foxy comes on and sit and can take a look at that. But I think that's probably the way to go here. No Rick Fortenbaugh today, by the way. He is busy with some work. So covering the big Bojo Boris Johnson maybe resignation. Man, this guy's got a. It's funny because I have a lot of English friends, on Twitter and stuff, and all they do is want to break my bones about politics, and let's not throw stones in glass houses and whatnot, as they say. There's a bunch of Europa Conference League games tomorrow. I wanted to take a look at these because they're very early. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 games tomorrow. And look, here's the deal. I know a lot of you have not heard of most of these teams. I have not. I'm a huge football fan, and I watch a ton of games. I haven't even heard of half these teams. I do know Coops. There's Coops. Fleur Tallinn. Borac Banja Luka, I do know. Heavy favorite. Alish Kurt. I do know. Dynamo Tbilisi, I do know. Minus 400. The teams that are heavily favored. Olympia Ljubljana against FC Differdange 3-0-3. I know NS Mura a little bit. Sligo Rovers, I do know. Newtown. It's where I live. How about that? Might have to go to the home leg. Lech Gdansk. These are some of these teams are really small. Trey Penne. Mold against Elfsberg. Those are next. Those are in 2 weeks. So just gonna start. See if we have any questions here. I'm gonna start taking a look at some of these right now, and put a little parlay together. Let me see if I can get a little parlay going here. To make it close to $400, $400, and $400 is going to be $100, I think. No, 400, 400, 360. I figure out how these odds work. I'm going to try to find some games here, and I'm just going to take some heavy favorites. I'm going to show you a couple things that I'll usually do, and it's just sometimes this easy. I know Tbilisi is a good club. I know Ljubljana is a good club, and they're playing at home. And I know Banja Luka is a good club. So I will take those 3 teams at minus 400 to minus 435. And I'm going to parlay them together, and you're going to get plus minus 109 here. You may be able to get plus money depending on your book. What's the one thing that these 3 games have in common other than the fact that they're all minus 400? You give up. They're all at home. All right. Sometimes when you look at this today, this Ferencváros team is probably going to win the tie. Sebastian Haller went to Dortmund. This Ajax team, man, they say they don't want to sell anybody. Then they're selling everybody. And they just don't want to sell people to United because that's crazy. Why? It's crazy. He had 47 goals in 65 games. Anyway, Ferencváros on the road, right? Sheriff on the road. Those 2 teams. I'm going to take the home team here and get it to a parlay of minus 109. Now, I'm going to go, so you can do that. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Some of these are really small teams. So I'm going to go a little bit of a deeper dive here. Let's see. Previews, Champions League. What I don't like is they have all these things overlooking you. Like, it's too much. It's just too much. Banja Luka, B36. Prediction. Sports Mall. All right. It's tough. I mean, I don't know. They played a little friendly here, tied 0-0. See what the Asian line. See, here's the thing. On some of these games, like they don't even give you a chance to bet the over in the. They don't even let you slide the game in the in the Asian handicap. I know Alex Carrot's a little bit. They don't even offer these games, so it's not even worth maybe doing it. If you can do it, maybe on your book, you could do that. I'm just looking to find heavy favorites. And maybe I'll add one more here. Now, that's a 4-team parlay. I don't even think you need that. I think you go 3-team here. You're at minus 109. I think you could do that. Home teams. I know this full Esh team is all right, but it doesn't really offer you like a lot of value. Like, if you're adding another team, you get 40 cents of value. But now I add 5. That's at plus 195 to 2-1. But now 5 teams have to win. So is it worth it? Maybe. Here maybe Duanska Streda. If you add them and put this in a parlay, 4-team parlay, you get plus 146, plus 150. Yeah, look, I mean, that's worth it. But once again, every time you add a team in there, there's a chance, you end up, losing these games. 2-pick round robin. Let's see. Let's go $20. 120 potential payout is 188. I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't even know what a Yankee is. I guess that's all of them. 220 with a potential payout of 394 if all 3 teams win or all 4 teams win. Yeah. Is it worth it? Yeah, maybe. So the Yankee means you get the 6 2-team parlays, 4 3-team parlays, and 1 4-team parlay. And if all of them win, you win back almost double your money at $394. Let's go. Let's say $10. So 110 pays 197 if all 4 games win. Okay. Is that worth it? Yeah, maybe. That's what I hate about soccer betting, losing to the draw. Yeah, Bill, look, man, it's like that's why it's some of these games are tough to play. Like Cruzeiro needs to win that game. I feel like we had it handicapped properly. Let's take a look at that from yesterday. I'm at the pool again, by the way. There's a lot of people here. People going on a tour. So, Cruzeiro, look, this Cruzeiro is winning 1-0 in the 55th minute. 6 minutes later, Diaz goes off with a red card. The game is over. That's where I would probably say, maybe, you cash out or whatever you can. And then 79th minute, you get a goal. You can't count for that. It just, when you're up 1-0 and you're up a man, you can't be these teams. That's the problem. This is a philosophical. Look, I don't have any guests today, so I'm gonna go into a philosophical discussion about betting today. I know we have a lot of people, watching here, so I want to talk a little bit more betting philosophy. I'm gonna give you some more picks as well, but I want to go into some betting philosophy here. When I play, the reason I am doing the Premier League, I'm a Premier League guy, and Bundesliga, like even sometimes, but the Bundesliga drives me nuts too, and so does the French league. But I feel like the French league is a little bit easier to pick than the Bundesliga, La Liga maybe, but I think the Premier League is the easiest, even though it's the toughest league. I think it's the easiest for me to play. Why? Look, these teams are all good. When you start going down to, like, this Cruzeiro team got relegated, right? And not just this is Cruzeiro, because this is what this is the game we're talking about. Or like, even like, even in this Europa Conference League. Look, these teams all qualified for Europe, but these are small countries. Alishkert is Armenia, right? So Armenia, Hamrun, I have no idea. They're called the Spartans. It's got to be a small country, man. Malta. Oh, my man Christian and Jeremy, Malta. Hamrun Spartans. How the bet guys over there. Look, these are small teams. Are they good in their league? Yeah. Hamrun Spartans, let's see where they finished. Their stadium holds 2,000 people. They've been around for over 100 years, right? I mean, they're pretty good. They haven't been in anything. They haven't gotten out of, they've been in the Cup, Winners' Cup back in '93. They haven't been in Europe for 30 years, right? They're playing Alishkert, who's a pretty decent team, to be honest with you. Alishkert is pretty good. They have a little bit of talent. I would say, this Alishkert team has a pretty good chance to get through. They're partners with Botafogo. I think they have a pretty good chance to get through the playoffs here all the way through and qualify for the Conference League. They're a European team. They play a lot of games. So, for me, when I'm trying to look at these games, it's even as these teams are minus 435, they're not like, it's tough. It's akin to, like, when you bet like college basketball and you see, like, I don't know if any of you have bet college basketball this year, but there was more teams. Like, Villanova lost as like a 17-point favorite one game. There was more games where these like 17 and 12-point favorites lost last year, which is like minus 435, minus 500. In the Premier League, that doesn't happen. Like, Manchester City does not lose as a minus 500 favorite more than probably one time a year. It doesn't happen. When you look at the Premier League standings, you look at this, see Tyler Adams, Leeds doing business. Come on, man. Leeds, Manchester City lost 3 games last year out of 38. The year before, they won like 32 games. Like, they just don't lose games. They scored 99 goals and allowed 26. Liverpool scored 94 goals and allowed 26. That's the difference right there. Liverpool had 8 draws and only 2 losses. The draws will kill you. That's the difference. These teams do not lose. Yeah, you never know. Parity. Yeah, look, Bill, I think that's the college basketball thing. These teams, college basketball, these teams are all good. The reason North Carolina is going to be preseason number 1 is because their whole team is coming back. They're old. Everybody loves these Duke teams and Kentucky. Kentucky gets all these players. Duke gets all these players. How many national championships has Kentucky won in the last decade? 1. With all those good players, they won 1. Duke has won 1. And they got embarrassed by North Carolina last year. Let's go. So, in soccer, I think it's the same way. I mean, MLS is crazy. We talk about parity in the MLS. The whole league is the same. There's none of these teams are any better than the other ones. The whole league is designed to be like that. The Premier League is not. You got rich teams and richer teams. It's not designed to be like that. So I think it's just, to me, and the other thing is I watch every game legitimately on the weekends. I will see highlights and I will watch at least a part of every single game that's played on the weekend. I obviously watch every Manchester United game, but I will watch. I know the leagues. These teams, it's just hard to know. But I do know this. Like, the one thing I do know about these games is that these minus 500 teams and minus 435 teams in Europe, there's a reason they're minus 435. If you go through, and it's the same thing. Yeah, I was down I'm just here. I have to tutor across the street in a little bit. So how you doing, Daryl? I have to tutor at 5 across the street. So what I do is I'll just drive out here and sit at the pool and do the show from here. But yeah, I was down the beach. Got a lot of stuff going on, man. I just got hired to do a job and stuff. So I got all kinds of stuff. But yeah, sitting outside at the pool. Hopefully my computer doesn't overheat here. It's starting to get a little hot out here. But it's the same thing with football. When you come and watch these football shows, and once again, if you think I'm good at betting soccer, like the soccer betting genius, man, we absolutely killed it last year in the NFL, like 70% parlays. We crushed it. And all I do, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday, is I try to find teams. I will put 4 parlays. Here, let me show you, for example. Here, I'm going to show you what I do. And it's the same thing. Here's the parlay right here, right? Nah, I don't, I'm going to probably take one of these teams out. Like, I'll take this Streeted team out. That's minus 109, right? For 3 teams. I'm going to show you what I do for the NFL. But it's also a little bit of an art. You can't just go around, I'll explain it, but like here. All right. So the Bills and the Rams. So what I'm going to do is, I love the Ravens the first week. I don't think the Jets are, maybe the Jets. The Ravens were going to win. The Ravens were on pace. They're like 8-2. They were on pace to go, whatever. And then just the whole team just got injured and sick at the same time. Like, they absolutely decimated and finished 8-9. Like, they just had nobody left, right? I'm going to try to find 49ers. My computer's getting hot. It's getting slow. I can see it. 49ers. So right now, my parlay between the 49ers and the Ravens, minus 230, minus 286, is about even money. You know, I'll usually put one more in. I'll do these 3-team parlays. I'm only looking for teams that are favored, man. I'm not an underdog guy. That's just me personally. This line, for the life of me, I can't understand. I have no idea why the Seahawks are only 4.5 point dogs. But look at this parlay right now: the Ravens, the 49ers, and the Broncos. That's plus 188. I usually put 4 things together. That's double your money. If I take the Ravens out because they say, the Jets might be good, it's even money. Even money right there. The Broncos are going to annihilate the Seahawks on opening night. The 49ers are going to annihilate the Bears. They went to the NFC Championship game. Who's the Bears quarterback? But, like, I'm going to go a little bit deeper here. You know, because you can probably go second week. You know, I want to look for, like, there's no... Yeah, all right. So here we go. So here's a good one. No, the Rams, 835. It's crazy. I'm betting the Rams. You know, it's probably not going to be 835. Like, it's crazy. You could put, like, you know, the Rams, 835. So then, like, you get a little bit of value. I'll slide that down. By the time, you know, I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take the Rams. You know, if they're minus 14, I'm going to slide it down to minus 9 and get it at minus 230 or something like that, right? But you know these teams that are going to be good and you know these teams that are going to be bad for the most part. You know, the first week sometimes has these dodgy games. But look at this. The Seahawks the second week, they're 8.5 at San Francisco. Denver's better than San Francisco. Denver's a top 5 defense and just added Russell Wilson. Trust me. But you know, I don't mess with the point spread sometimes. Hold on, let me see what Daryl says here. Hey, why didn't you post Malmo FC together in a parlay? Because one of the channels of this channel's competitors did, and surprisingly, it cashed. I talked about Malmo yesterday. I don't know about competitors. Is it like one of my competitors? Like thing? Like I said, I liked Shamrock a little bit. My play yesterday was I don't even remember who I liked. I forget. Ludogorets. I like Ludogorets. You know, it's I just pose different ones, to be honest. I mean, you know, you could go, you know, once again, you know, you look here. If I pull this up. I mean, I'm leading everybody in handicappers. I'm plus 811 minutes in the last, 7 days, 14-8. My premium plays. So, you know, crushing it. So I don't know. I mean, you know, we're doing a bunch of different stuff. So, you know, we're posting stuff. Anyway, so, you know, I think what you do here is you know, you can, just going back to this thing, I'm trying to find, I don't mess with the point spreads like in football. Sometimes I will, but like, why? Like, just put, you know, if I think that Ravens are going to win, I don't care if they win by 2, 3, 5, 20, whatever. I mean, sometimes I will, but there, you know, if I like them and I like the Broncos opening week, I get a plus 113 parlay, and I don't have to worry about the money line. Yes, both teams have to win, but why am I worried about the point spread? So now, when you talk about these games, once again, soccer. Just let me know if my thing is like. Let me know if I'm like stuttering or anything here. See, this thing is like I'm on like this dodgy Wi-Fi, so I'm not worried about the goals in some of these games. I'm gonna try to go here, here, and here. I'm gonna go 3 games, and it's gonna be even money, basically minus 109. But some apps will be minus 100, some apps will be minus 110, whatever it is, plus 112, whatever it is. It's gonna be around there. I'm not real worried about that. I don't care. Like, you can't bet on minus 435. Like, I know some people will bet these money line games. Like, I'm gonna take Baltimore Ravens on the money line at minus 230 and just bet like $1,000 on minus 230. Like, I never, like, I would just rather, like, it's like when I try to, here's another good example. Sometimes what I'll do is, like, I won't do it here, but let's just look at England for example, the Premier League. Like, I'm not betting. I'm not betting Manchester City minus 250. I don't even know if I'll probably take. I might not even take that game to begin with anyway. Let's see. Manchester City plays. I'm not taking Manchester City minus 835 against Bournemouth. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking Manchester City at minus 250 on straight, but I'm parlaying with Manchester United plus 117. And you just got to hope both teams win. Or, we'll go with Tottenham. Say Tottenham because Tottenham's going to be good, right? Tottenham minus 250, Manchester City minus 250. It's even money. It's just kind of strategy. I'm not trying to, I know some of you will do that. You'll like to do these games at minus 250, but I don't like to do it. But if I know Tottenham is going to win that game, and we're going to get to these games in a while, but like, throw Liverpool, and then maybe what I'll do is I'll do this as one parlay, and then all right, I'll throw Liverpool in, but then there's also, let's I'll mess with Germany, see if a lot of Liga lines are out yet. So this starts a week later. Immediately, who am I going to go for? Who do you think I'm going to look at immediately? That's right, the defending European champions, Real Madrid, playing against Almeria. Real Madrid at minus 235. If I'm throwing this parlay maybe I'll throw them in the thing. And, you have to wait a week for that, but it's plus 180. I'll probably do Manchester City, Tottenham, and then do a second Manchester City, Tottenham, Liverpool, Manchester City, Tottenham, Real Madrid. Do something like that. Like, I don't have a problem sometimes betting those parlays, because then if the first 2 legs win, you could always cash out. Yeah, Bill, I minus 150 is about the if it's in game, sometimes I'll do that. Like, if I know, if it's like, say it's like 0-0 in a bad game and a team has like a red card and they're like minus 150, I just kind of maybe hammer that or something like that. I don't usually like doing that, but I'll there's multiple ways to do it. But you know, it's the same thing. I am like, there's other people, you know, one of my buddies finds value in these underdogs, you know, because he says if you hit, you know, if you bet a team at plus 500 and it wins, Austin FC, for example, you know, if you win on Austin FC, you know, you if you bet Austin FC the other day at plus 380 and bet 100, right? You're up 380 right there. If you bet four other games at $100 and lose, you're only down $20. So I can see that. You only had to win one of five and you only lost $20, right? If you win one of four, you're up $80. I can see that. Me, I'm not like that. I'm favorites. My philosophy is these teams are favored because they're better and they're good. Real Madrid, Manchester City, Liverpool, PSG, you know, some of the French teams. You know, you bet them on the road in Ligue 1, and, you know, you bet PSG and they're minus 230 on the road. I think they're going to be different this year. Last year under Pochettino was weird. You know, I think they're going to be different this year. They're going to annihilate teams. PSG is going to be back big time this year. I would expect PSG to have a monster year this year. That's basically the strategy I'll go. So, you know, for tomorrow, you know, I'm looking at these games and I would tell you, and you don't have to, you know, you could say you do a little research and you're like, oh, wow, I like Blick. Okay. Minus 200. Throw them in a parlay with Barrick thing, and that's minus 120, right? Okay. You throw them in a parlay with a 400 team, and that's minus 115. So, you know, you might say, oh, I like them. You know, they're on the road. I don't know. I don't even know where Santa Coloma is. I believe it's in San Marino, maybe. You know, is there value in a game like this? Flora Tallinn against SJK Sinjoki. Yeah, probably. The over-under is 2.5. Like, these books, they have no... Look at it like this game. They have no idea. When these over and unders are the same, it's a coin flip. They're just saying it's a coin flip. They're Panavasis, whatever the name is favored because they're at home. These games, when you see a team minus 200 on the road, that team should win this game. They're better. When you see a team minus 400 at home, Dynamo Tbilisi, they should win the game. Can't even get the Asian lines. So once again, here, you can get them probably on some sites, but, you know, some sites not. You know, I'm going to try to, once again, I know Ljubljana is pretty good just from betting them a few times last year. I know Fola Esh is pretty good. Trey Fury's a tiny team. So maybe I'll say, oh, Trey Fury, minus 115, Fola Esh, right? At minus 500 odds, you should win the game like 89% of the time. So if you're talking about 89% and thing, you know, you're putting a couple other things in 80%, you know, I think that's pretty interesting. All right. Just quickly here, it's Wednesday, and I don't think we've looked at the rugby at all. Oh, it's another one of these weeks where half the teams have buys. I don't even know. Parramatta should win easily. You know, maybe I'll take Parramatta here. Minus 3.5. I could probably even bump that up. And Melbourne, minus 107. There you go. Looking at the ladder. Melbourne is pretty good, but so are the Sharks. So maybe I won't take that. South Sydney and Newcastle. I think the Bunnies are. Newcastle is 5-10. The Bunnies are 8-7, hanging in there. Newcastle is minus 152 point difference. All right. Maybe I'll take South Sydney. So that parlay right there is. Why do we do minus 3.5, everybody? Because a try is 4 points. So it's like football now. If you're new to the show, you used to be able to do football games at minus 6.5 to take it under the 7 so you don't push. You can't do that now because the extra points are not automatic. So now you really have to do minus 5.5 to make sure you're under that. So if you win on, 6 points like I did in that Eagles Bucks game on Thursday night, the one night last year. All right. So basically it. Hopefully you learned a little something about all kinds of stuff. We have a couple promo codes here. If you're new to the show and if you're in a state that has Caesars, let's see, here they are, all the different Caesars. You can get up to $1,500 back. Use promo code VideoWinners15 to get it free. First bet free, $1,500. If you win, you keep the money. If you lose, you get a promo. You get it back in the form of a free bet, $1,500. It's not too bad. I have my Winners and Winers page here. I showed you that before. Here is my code for this week, 50% off. If you go to that page, use that link there, copy and paste it, write it down, whatever you need to do. Remember, you could always watch this show later. You don't have to watch it live. You can't ask questions live on the comments if you're not live. However, if you need to ask me a question once again, go to my Twitter right there or my Instagram, and I'll get you answers to that. So here it is, expert winners and whiners, handicappers. And just remember, I don't know, I'm just hot. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I'm doing pretty well this week. So there it is. All right. So tomorrow we will be joined by AM Plus Money. If any of these matches are live, and you're looking at live bets tomorrow, we'll jump on and we'll get some of them live. And then obviously the Sudamericana and all those games and MLS Friday, Dre. And I think it may be Rick Fortenbaugh Friday coming on early to let us know. So thanks for watching. And always appreciate it. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Go buy my picks if you want them. If you like what I have to say. We're here every day, and Saturdays during the league, Saturdays in a month, we're going to start being here talking about it today in discussions. I think maybe we're going to go 8. 8 is pretty early. We're either going to go 8 to 10 so we can talk about the Premier League games with all the lineups, or 9 to 11. Maybe do a watch along. We're going to figure it out. If you have any ideas, let me know. All right. See you tomorrow.